There is a voice inside of you, persistent and maybe with a little bit of urgency, saying, I can't keep living like this. Not because that you're lazy, but because every part of you is feeling that I cannot pretend that's all going well. It's not so much about hustling your way out, about fixing things or dieting. It's about remembering who you are beneath all the noises. I didn't notice how far I've drifted until everything went sideways. The job that defined me got me depressed. The relationship I thought would last fell apart. And somewhere between takeout meals and endless scrolling, I realized I was trying to fill an empty void that food or other people's attention could never fill. That's when I started getting curious about Bigu, which is a Taoist water fasting practice that invites you to rest your body and quiet your mind. Unlike Western fasting, it isn't so much about your calorie intake. It's more about energy, clarity, and coming home to yourself. So I decided to try a guided 7-day Bigu practice with a wellness group. I'm not affiliated with them, I'm just sharing my personal experiences. So they provided me with all the tools I needed for the 7 days, such as guided meditation right after you wake up and before bed, the sweet herbal paste you mix with your water throughout the day to give you more energy, tea you drink during the day to detox more, and then like a qigong practice that I follow daily. If you don't know what qigong is a traditional Chinese wellness practice that combines slow, flowing movements, breathing techniques, and meditation to cultivate the body's vital energy, what we call as qi. So disclaimer, this experience took place under the guidance of a registered Chinese medicine doctor. So they monitor our conditions and answer the questions we have throughout the process. I don't recommend doing this on your own. I would definitely suggest you, if you're curious about fasting or Bigu, make sure you consult a qualified professional before you proceed. So how the 7-day Bigu goes. Every morning I wake up, drink a cup of warm water mixed with this herbal paste, light an incense, and then meditate, practice qigong in my bedroom, then continue with my day. So I'll substitute my meal with 2 big scoops of this herbal paste with water. You know, if you're ever feeling super hungry, they also have this little sesame balls that they provided to you if you really need a snack on throughout the day. In the evening before bed, I also follow the qigong practice they provided to you. And then I boil this foot bath herbal pack, put on a mask they provided also in this process, and light an incense and just relaxing while listening to the guided meditation. The first 2 days were actually a lot easier than I expected. You know, with the meditation, the tea, and some of the snacks, I feel a little bit hungry, but I can still operate as normal. Then when day 3 arrived, that's when real. My body wasn't getting the usual nutrients, so it's almost like restructuring and regrouping itself in a way. It wasn't that I feel really weak, it's more like a deep detox my body is trying to operate. So I felt a little bit dizzy right after I wake up. I had to lay down for a bit more just to get my body ready for the morning. So I ate a little bit of sesame ball. I drank more of the sweet herbal water and I feel a lot better afterwards. Day 4 is when my system really started to clearing itself out. I actually suffer from constipation for years of my life. And on day 4, I just remember going to the washroom like 4 or 5 times throughout the day and I'm just pooping water. I know it's kind of gross, but you don't have a lot of solid food, so your stomach is just empty. And with fluid coming in the morning and just clearing everything out from your intestines. And here's the strange part, if you have diarrhea, you feel kind of drained most of the time, but this time I don't really feel drained. I just feel like it's clearing things out from my body. It feels more like a release, as if my body has been holding on to things that didn't serve me, whether it's junk food or stressful emotions or people that never served me in my life. And I was finally able to let them go. My stomach was empty and my mind is starting to clear. It was uncomfortable. Yes, I wouldn't say it was a super comfortable process. And I almost felt like I need to wear extra clothes just to keep my body warm because I wasn't intaking a lot of, the carbs that I usually have during the day. But I feel like something new is emerging from underneath the surface. 5, I started making some vegetable soups. So that's totally okay. If your body really calls for food, have some food, have some vegetable soups, and just make sure that it's mostly vegetarian based. Don't introduce too much protein into your diet yet. Then around day 6 to 7, this random thought just came to my mind. If I can live without grain for 7 days, nothing can stop me. As a Chinese, I've been eating grains 3 meals a day for over 30 years. It has always felt so essential, so automatic, like breathing. You just eat rice every single day. But here I was alive, I was alert, I was feeling things are clearing out without eating the usual food I always had. It wasn't just about the food. It was about the freedom to choose what I could have and what I want. It's about realizing how much my life has been built on routines and beliefs and how easily they could be overwritten. My body felt lighter. Of course, I think I lost about 5, 6 pounds in this process. And my mind was restructuring itself. The crumbs and the dust kind of fell off from the surface and your new flower buds start to emerge. If you like my content, make sure you like this video and hit the subscribe button. On the morning after day 7, I broke the fast slowly. I start adding kind of soupy stuff into my diet, whether it's congee, whether it's vegetable soup, something light just to fill my body. I now appreciate so much more about what whole foods taste like. I also feel a lot more grounded and present when I'm consuming food. Reintroducing food into my diet is actually not the hardest part. I think the hardest part is re-entering into the noise. Notifications, stress, other people's needs are technically all there, but I have a different relationship with them. I wasn't taken over by all the stress and noise. I felt that I have the freedom to choose how I respond to them. My body and my internal system has rested, and more importantly, my mind had remembered how to be present. This is the 7-day traditional Bigu practice. Not so much of a smaller body, although I did lose 5 to 6 pounds, but more awareness that everything is possible. If I can release a pattern that I follow for the last 30 years and start something new, I could do this in any other areas in my life. Sometimes we're unmotivated because we felt that nothing we do is going to change anything. You feel stuck and powerless. But the 7-day Bigu experience taught me that I could change. With dedication and some guidance, I could put my mind to anything that I want to achieve. So if your body or your mind has been whispering for a pause, just listen to it. It might not be asking for more control or discipline, but maybe just for a pause, stillness, and space to wonder. So my question for you is, where do you want to take yourself next? If you liked this episode, you might also like this one.